Good thing we don't need to go back to the clock tower because we can't leave at the moment. We're in the deepest darkness. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix in the last episode. With our full gummy collection, which pretty much gave us almost every gummy block, we powered up our high wind ship to the best that it can possibly be. Having all of the weapons, all of the upgrades, all the special blocks. And showing off the palette. And then we head to the end of the world, where we are right now. Plus we went to the Olympus Coliseum and we got the White Trinity. But we are about to enter the second, well, I guess this is the second phase of the end of the world already, like the second segment. But this is going to be really trippy, to say the least. By the way, listen to the music. I mentioned in the last episode that the battle music is pretty much a more orchestral remix of the battle theme that we had during Sora's Deep Dive. Well, we got a similar music playing for when we're not engaged as well. Way more orchestral and way more vocal. Brings the epicness full circle. Let's jump into the most dangerous place possible and... well, this doesn't look dangerous, but this looks interesting. A bunch of platforms with spires of darkness energy with teeth. This is the World Terminus, as it says on the pause menu. Take the blue warp to go forward. Take the green warps to go backwards. Now, notice that we can actually bypass this purple vortex and go straight into the blue to continue onwards. Here's the thing. Each one of these purple vortexes, or fountains of darkness, whatever you want to call them, are pretty much terminals that I believe the Heartless use to go to other worlds. So we're back in Traverse Town again. But this is still Traverse Town in the end of the world. This ain't actually Traverse Town. Basically, if you haven't sealed the keyhole for that world, because there are a few worlds that are all optional that you can skip, you will have to come into these areas and fight and purify the area and get the chest in the area in order to continue onwards. If you have already sealed the keyhole for that world, you can skip these, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you're doing a speedrun. Mainly because when you defeat all the enemies here so you can open the one chest that's in the area, which also allows you to progress, opening the chest gives you the boss item that you would have got by beating the boss in that world in the first place. So you get a duplicate of the boss item that you would normally only get one of. So that gives you a lot more freedom on equipping and powering up. So it's definitely worth. Plus, you'll be fighting almost every single Heartless in the game here by doing this. So it's definitely worth. And I just got 2 protect chains in a row. Can I please get the Defender or the bloody Wizard's Relic, please? Wow, I just got 2 protect chains already. Was it from the same soldier, or was it from 2 right next to each other that I killed at the same time? What the hell was that luck? Can I please get that luck for other weapons and items, please? Wow. But yeah, that encounter was pretty much similar to what we had to do when we first bumped into Donald and Goofy. We got a Spirit Gem, though. And I think that's just a synthesis item. Maybe they changed it for, Spirit Gem. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Oh, wait, no. The, guard armor didn't really give us anything, did it? Nah, that's fine. It don't matter anyway. Maybe they changed it for Final Mix as well, but I do remember that you get pretty much double of the, of a unique item at that point. So, but notice that when we've actually collected it, even though it's, like, still glowing purple, we are now able to move on if we didn't seal the keyhole before. Thing is, Traverse Town is actually kind of acquired because of the Navi G piece you get, so you can't really skip that, but you can leave it for quite later and just make it easier. But you get the gist. But I'm going through every single one because I'm opening every chest, and I want what's in the chests, so yeah. And it also means higher chance for, you know, certain drops. Like from this wizard, for an example. Oh, he dropped a shiny crystal, can't complain about that. Blaze shard as well. That worked. That's why I like stun impact. Boom. Yeah, you're healing nothing, buddy. Right shard, kill that guy. Goofy just freaking cornered him. Wow! Goofy just took out that wizard by himself. Nice one, Goof. Considering that all you have is physical attacks, you're actually the best choice for them to be taking them on. Well, other than me, because of the Keyblade and whatnot, but, you know, physical attacks. Well, that went quick. Got a Thunder Gem for it. Okay, so it must only be the original non-Final Mix versions where you get duplicates of rare items. Maybe you can synthesize them in this version. But, hey, it's still worth to do it regardless. So, if there was a bit of an inconsistency there, once again, remember, UK didn't get Final Mix on PS2. We only got the original, so that's what I lived with. Until the PS3 and PS4 versions came out. Alright, so we're in Olympus Coliseum now, and it's dusk, like when Hades was scheming. And maybe he was scheming to make the Hades Cup a thing, but it took him a whole game just to do that. But we're fighting in the entranceway instead of in the Coliseum itself, which is kind of odd, but I guess how else are you supposed to leave, am I right? The thing is, I don't see a chest around here. Maybe it will appear once we're done. Okay, you know what? You can all bugger right off. I don't care if you're flying. I'll whack you one. And Donald healed me, which is helpful. And if he didn't, I must have grabbed some HP oils and I wasn't paying attention. There was an item here. Again, a lot of potions and ethers that I don't really need because they're kind of outcast at this point. Let's pop that off. I am popping this off. Thank you, Donald. I have second chance, so I would be fine with one more hit anyway, but I do appreciate it, good sir. We are kicking bottom right now. Which is probably another reason why I haven't equipped my Divine Rose for Lady Luck. Even though I do main with Lady Luck a lot more, I'm starting to appreciate the power of Divine Rose and its high critical hit chance. I can live without the 2 extra magic points. Ah, so that's where the chest is hiding, you little sneak. Let's pop you open behind Achilles' heel. That might be the reference. Achilles' heel. Right, so, yeah. These braziers we can't actually target or interact with. I'm pretty sure we can't light them. Yeah, so you don't get anything for that. As I said, this is more of an intimidation, because it's part of the end of the world. It's like the Dark World version of the world that we're in. So, yeah. It's funny as well, because if you didn't actually go to Olympus Coliseum to find out what the new tournament is, you technically can find it out just by this graphic alone, but you can't actually check it and read it. Which I'm kind of baffled. Why not actually keep that? Because then it just, you know, keeps the immersion a little bit more. Like, oh, we are actually back in this world. It's just darker because the Heartless are invaded because we take the World Terminus and they're following us. I don't know. It just feels that way to me, you know. Like I said, I don't think there's like a lot of lore of this place. Yeah, because I distinctively remember picking up like a white fang in the original like PS2 non-Final Mix version of this game after beating this area. Because this is where we fought Sabor, and when we fought Sabor and won, we got a white fang. So, I remember picking up a white fang from this chest. Notice that they block off ways that you're not allowed to go. It's like, no, you're not allowed to explore the world here. And funnily enough, I believe this is the final time, well, other than the Let's Play itself, but in gameplay and story-wise, I think this is the last time we'll ever actually get to be in Tarzan's world, because it never returned due to some reasons. Like the tree sliding minigame. Okay, no, I did say that wasn't the case. That was more of a nitpick, but... Oh, hello! Patera chain! First 2 fire rings, and then a fire ring. And then 2 protect chains, and then a Patera chain. It's like the level 2s and then 1 level 3. Now I get 2 level 1s and 1 level 2. What the hell is going on here? I'm getting insane drops, and yet they can't go to the drops I actually want. I mean, I would like a Patera chain. That would be cool. But, you know, can't ask for everything. Just smack you into the ground. Another Patera chain! What the bollocks? The amount of defenders and wizards that I've been targeting and fighting and just picking them out from spawns of the litter is like... And yeah, I'm just battling these guys because I have to, and I keep getting their rare drops! Wow! I'm stunned and amazed. I'm glad I'm catching it on camera. Yeah, that's a bright gem. I swear that was a white fang. I'm pretty sure that was a white fang. I do remember getting 2 white fangs. They must have changed it. Maybe it's because it was too broken. Unless it depends on difficulty level as well, but I'm not entirely too sure that's the case. It's just enemy and damage ratios that are changed. Alright, so, we've done the first set of worlds, but now an Agrabah, but this seems like a very small area to be fighting in. Well, joke's on you, because this entire area is basically what it is like with a pot centipede. We have all 3 areas to explore. Worlds kind of open up at this point. We're not sealed into one separate little room. We kind of have adjoining sections that become one massive room. And no, you can't go into the storage room and choose a save point, even though I feel like that would be really hilarious. And again, helps with the immersion. I don't know. That must have had their reasons. Maybe it's because it is an invitation or the Dark World variant of BRAWL, but because it hasn't been destroyed by the darkness yet, it's still whole. So that might be why. There we are. No chest up here. Remember, we still have one chest to find. It's always one chest in every location, so... yeah. Now, what makes me feel really odd is that they block off some of these passageways with like, crates. Why not just put the gate back down? That's already part of the map, as far as I'm aware, so that's a bit odd of a choice. I mean, I can understand blocking off Alan's house there, but I'm pretty sure this was sealed off by a gate, so why not just put the gate back? I mean, I don't think the keyholes around here are actually available, so... nope, I'm not dealing with you. You can get flattened. Boom! And you can go squish now, there we go. Boom. Literally, in this case. Splat. Right, so let's knock you out. I got tech... how did I get a tech 36 for that? I was behind him. How did I hit the fireball? He didn't even turn around. Game is confusing me, man. With both my luck and how I'm doing things. Right, I just want to get up higher. Let's come up this way. Yeah, see, look, that gate is there. So why not just put gates on every single door? That gate's there, but the other entranceway from the other side is blocked off by crates, and I'm a little bit confused about that. I believe that's supposed to be blocked off by a gate as well, so... I don't know. Everything should be blocked off by gates. Right, so we've got our final little spawn here. Why is the camera turning into the wall? No, I wanted a strike raid, but... yeah, there we go, strike raid, I'm far enough. If the enemies are in the air, and I don't have Ars Arcanum... oh, high potion, that is. No, that's an elixir! Okay, I might want to fight fat bandits more often. Because you can never have too many elixirs, I'll say that much. At least you don't have to, like, mix them. Or synthesize them, as I mean. But, you know. Right, let's get up here. Because I believe the chest is somewhere in this corner area. I mean, I know where the chests are. I just explored the whole area just to show that you pretty much have full reign on the level. It's just like, or in the area that you're in, it's just, there's only one thing to grab. Like a blaze gem. So we're getting all the gems. Based off their world, apparently, at this point. Like, off their element. Since this is sandy area, scorching heat from the desert, fire is a common element. Get a blazing gem. Right, let's leave this area because we're done here. So we're halfway through the worlds right now. And we're, funnily enough, 30 minutes in. Wow. But now we get to, I believe this is some of the transformation levels. I don't think Monstro counts as a World Terminus because he's not actually a world. But Monstro is required regardless. Yep, we're in Lanska right now, so we're stuck to our ground combos only with no special attacks. We've got to rely on our magic for damage output. Oh, he's going to split. That's great. Can I just do this? No, that didn't do anything. Hey, I killed him, though. That's helpful. Right. If you got Mermaid Kick, you can use it here, but this is literally just a one-room little area. There is a chest on the floor over there, which we're going to have to open. So... ah, he's going to split. God damn it. Yeah, I'm not having that. Get wrecked. It's funny how you're underwater and yet electricity does nothing. I guess because it's like that you have to resist King Triton's Trident, so having resistance to thunder may be better, so maybe their weakness is blizzard. I don't know. Hey, I killed something at least. I'll play about that. I want to kill you because you'll give me a lot of money. They're basically the defenders of this place. Look at that. 3 big orbs. Gimme. Oh, 4 big orbs, excuse me. I didn't see that big orb right there. We're at 2,000 money already, which is very nice. I will say, this is a different... this world in general is a definite, like, place to grind because you're going through all the areas, so you're fighting, like, all kinds of Heartless, so you get chances for all kinds of synthesis materials. And not only that, but it also gives you variety as you're going through the level. The level is kind of, like, one way as well. It kind of blocks you off going backwards at certain points. And... yeah, you get to fight behemoths as well, which is super fun. So it's like... this is definitely a great place to grind. This entire world is like a nice grinding spot. I can't tell you how many times I've played through this one area, like this entire world, just level grinding and trying to get materials. Alright, so we had one transformation. What's the other world that we haven't had a transformation yet? It's Halloween Town. And, funnily enough, this is the only other time that we can enter Oogie Boogie's Manor. Yeah, that don't make much sense, does it? That place doesn't even exist anymore, which is why I theorise that it's part of the Dark World, or, like, part of the actual world that we're in, because well, Oogie Boogie's been destroyed, and there you go. HP up for Goofy, by the way. His HP is starting to go underneath Donald's HUD. I will say, because Goofy gets a lot of health, it looks odd. But that's what makes him the perfect support character, because if Donald's out of magic, Goofy can give him magic. If Donald's knocked out, he's got the evolution skill. But that's if you do not have him with his offensive skills like Tornado and stuff, because otherwise he's going to be eating up his magic doing that. And he needs at least 3 MP for evolution and 2 MP in Final Mix only for MP gift. That'll be only 1 magic point in the original, which is probably why it's a lot more useful. But that's probably also why they probably changed it. But they didn't, like, change the description once again. Like, so many typos with Goofy. What's up with that? The Dream Shield and MP gift, it's very odd. Right, are we done here? No, we're not. You're still here. You know what? Get right. There we are. Fire's like the only one that you can spam. And since it's at the top of the magic list, it's easy to spam as well, even if it's not on your shortcut. So, kind of like that. Lucid Gem. Yeah, definitely. So, for Final Mix gives you all the gems for some reason. You kind of get gypped on Final Mix. You get the better stuff from the original. Then again, once again, I can understand why, because, you know, balancing. Don't want to make you too overpowered, but then again, there's an item that you can synthesize that's actually really decent. There's a green portal in the distance over there. Why is that one green? Who knows? But hey, we're in Neverland again. But it's a fake Neverland, because we cannot fly. We can only use our glide ability. Where's our pixie dust? Who the hell knows? I feel like I've been cheated. So we're pretty much limited to our exploration again. But as you can see here, this area is actually kind of loaded in along with our area, as well as other areas as well. But the doors are sealed. We can't move onwards, so we have to go into pretty much. If you haven't been in here with the yellow Trinity, this is going to be feeling really odd that you're going to be in a place that you haven't been to yet. But at the same time, that can clue you in, like, hey, if you forgot to go into this room in the actual world, you can actually do so. So we have a little bit of a little brawl around here, and the doors open up again. But now we can actually move onwards. So yeah, this is kind of like traveling through the ship, and it's all rendered at once, which is what I said before when we were going through the world. Why don't they not just do that? But yeah, we have one battle. We go in here. We have a chest. We got a mighty shield for Goofy, which, like the meteor strike for Donald that we got in this world, I believe it is Final Mix only. I believe it is, because I don't remember getting it in the original. But yeah, it looks like a very spiky shield with a little ring. The most powerful shield, small but effective. Considering that, you know, the Herc shield is pretty much an upgraded form of Goofy's standard shield, which kind of falls into the same category as the Mithril shield and the Onyx shield that we can buy, which is, you know, decent size with okay power. The Mighty Shield is in the lines of the Smasher series, where we got the Smasher and the Gigas Fist and the other fist that we can't get right now because I don't have the money for it. Well, actually, I do have the money for it. It's quite cheap considering all the rest of them. But it's pretty much a better version of those weapons. It's very small, but it's got a 15 strength. I think that's actually the strongest weapon you can get for any of your party members. And Goofy is the one who gets it. That is pretty good. And considering that all he has is strength, and Herc Shield is just has an enormous power shield made for attacking. Yes, we've got a smaller hitbox on Goofy, but that strength, yo, you can't scoff at that. It's like a 6+ on top of Hercules' shield. It's ridiculous. So we are definitely going to equip that. So, yeah, I believe that's all that we have to do in here. It's actually a very short area. I mean, it is Hook's ship, so it would be a short area anyway. But walk back into the hold, we can get out of there. And that is all the worlds, other than Hollow Bastion. But, what's this green one? I mean, there's a red one over there. That thing's freaking erupting. But what's in the green one? Well, that was a different transition right there. Well, I guess the Heartless were attempting to get into 100 Acre Wood, but this is more of a respite, because we've actually got a Type A save point here, where we can actually access our Yummy ship. I don't think you can warp back here, but you can definitely leave here. It's kind of weird, because it's a Type A, so you'd think you'd be able to warp here, but I don't think you can. But yeah, we have access to a save point, and we get a chest, a Megalixir, to prepare for the journey ahead. Thanks, Pooh. There's nothing else here, and this is also the only time that Donald and Goofy are actually able to be in 100 Acre Wood. But, of course, it's like the first area, because if you have access to the first area all the time, and it's part of the plot, because you have to hand it into Merlin and visit the book before you can go back to Sid. in order to progress the plot. So, yeah, this is areas you're gonna experience in the game regardless, and that's why this is the area. Because it makes sense. I mean, why have another area that you can't actually go to? But yeah, with that, actually, what am I doing? I should have saved. Give me a moment. All right, I'm back, because I wanted to save. Because we got a boss coming up. I could have worded that a bit differently. My mouth didn't want to work. But yeah, we're at the final one, it seems. We can't really progress any further. We have got a boss coming up, which is why I wanted to save. But we got this red fire pillar, and I might actually have to go back, because I think I forgot something. Yeah, we're back in a segment in Hollow Bastion, but this area is only available once, and we can't leave through this dark portal. For whatever reason, this is the only time that we can actually get some lore throughout this level, some actual story-related reasons, other than just, you know, battle after battle after battle, testing our metal and preparing us for the final, you know, for the final boss with Ansem. But the thing is, once we have fought the enemies here, the doors open up. We've got this massive Heartless emblem here, but I don't know why it's just floating here, because you can't do anything with it. Maybe it's just saying that, hey, the Heartless have blocked this area, you're not allowed to go anywhere. But we have a massive computer with a lot of dark fissures pouring through. We also get a chest here that we can go pop open, which you get an elixir for. And, yeah, we got a bunch of different pods here. Maybe the Princess of Heart was supposed to be here. Who knows? Let's check this little device and see what's going on. Ones born of the heart and darkness, devoid of hearts, ravage all worlds and bring desolation. Seize all hearts and cannot consummate the great heart. All hearts to be one, one heart to encompass all. Realize the destiny, the realm of Kingdom Hearts. Roll credits. The great darkness sealed within, the great heart. Progeny of darkness, come back to the eternal darkness. For the heart of light shall unseal the path. 7 hearts, 1 keyhole. 1 key to open the door. The door of darkness tied by 2 keys. The door of darkness to seal the light. None shall pass but shadows, returning to the darkness. Ones born of the heart and darkness, hunger for every heart until the dark door opens. Before we can even take all that in, we get besieged by more invisibles. But yeah, door to darkness, 2 keys tied. What does that mean? There's another keyblade? Why would you have 2 keys? Is the door that great that it requires the power of 2 keyblades in order to actually do anything with? 7 Princesses of Heart, 1 keyhole? Well, we've already fulfilled that prophecy. So, You can read it once again, but remember that if you leave this area, you can never come back. So if you need to read this and engrave it or make a note, do so now, because you won't be able to take that lore in again, ever. Unless you, play the whole game again. So, we're done here. We're going to leave. And the portal has changed to our gaping hole. This is when I should have saved. I'm going to save again. Alright, so I've saved again. Like I said, you can't go back to that room once you're done. So, yeah, if you wanted to make a save point beforehand, and then make a save point afterwards, so you can go back and check up on that room again, that is actually recommended, which is what I've done. But now, it's time for a boss that just kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, maybe considering the tone, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, we haven't seen anything to do with this guy. Listen to the music. It's Bold Mountain from Fantasia, and we are fighting the Disney devil himself. I think his name is Shadowbog, or Chanabog, one of the two. Can't remember how it pronounces. We'll check the journal after we beat him. But yes, he is standing in our way in a volcano, and he can make the volcano erupt. He can blow flamethrowers. He can shoot light projectiles, which we can actually deflect with Erika if we pop that off immediately. And his weak point is his head. Just wail on him as much as you can. Sometimes he also likes to do a gust of wind that can blow you away. The weaker he gets, the more light projectiles he uses, and yeah, the more eruptions he makes. Which he's going to... Oh, I thought he was actually going to do it. But you can actually stand on the base of the mountain here, and actually you can use special moves, and you can use summons. I have seen speedruns of people summoning Mushu during this battle, which I'm pretty sure was not intended. And just using his flame breath to do massive damage. But the problem is it's on Proud mode, and you get a certain item starting off in Proud mode that it's called the no EXP ring or something. It pretty much stops you from gaining EXP, but it greatly increases your damage output by like a plus 30 or something ridiculous, and does so much damage. But that means that they can just like fly around and pummel his head with fire, which is kind of funny because you would think he resists fire because he's fire himself. By the way, we are flying around with pixie dust. We couldn't do that in the Neverland area that we were just in, so that doesn't really make much sense. But hey, we were able to get a bit of chip damage off there without having to worry about his eruption right there. But he just did a gust that blew us all away, and I'm going to pop off another Erago because I know for a fact he's going to start using his energy projectiles. Come on, guys! Wallop him! Yeah, his flamethrower's kind of easy to just dodge. Just hide behind his head and whack him. Concussion! But yeah, you would think that the devil of Disney, that is effectively what this guy is. He is the devil of Disney, and you would think that he would be the Mr. Big Bad of the entire series, but nope. Original character that somehow is more powerful than the Disney devil himself, and he's just chilling in the realm of darkness. Maybe he's working alongside, who knows. But we sort of got a strength up, and Doyle got a defense up, and jackpot, which I might want to go slap on. I struggled against this guy when I was young. Like, on my first few times playing this game. I could never beat him for the life of me. And then I just got lucky. I don't know how I struggled, because he's so easy. Maybe it's because I was playing too safe and not doing enough damage, or I was too underleveled. One of the two. But when I came back after a little bit of a level grind, it was way easier. Maybe I was underleveled, I'm not too sure. By the way, beating him, we get Super Glide. When you hold circle, well, when you're not, you know, got pixie dust active, which once again doesn't make much sense when we're in the Neverland area, you are able to fly faster if you hold the square button. The reason why they assign it to the square button instead of circle is because if you have both of them equipped, that means you can change between both speeds if they're both equipped. So they both don't conflict. But we have all shared abilities in the game now. But we can't go backwards to the save point, which is a massive problem. So we're going to have to push on to possibly the next area. But we don't really have much of a choice in the matter. Now here's the thing, going down this shaft or the shaft we were just in doesn't really matter. Both areas lead to the same area and there are no chests around here, so don't worry. It's also kind of weird that they make your platform down this way and make it look like it can go in such a way that you can climb back up to get out. But there is no point because you can't go backwards. This is one way, so. But once we make it to this point, if you jump back up, you'll go back up the other way. But we're in corridors of worlds that have been completely destroyed and compressed into a single little square. These worlds that we're seeing right now are based off of the princesses of Heart that have lost their worlds some 10 years ago. And I'm going to spoil the names of the worlds right now because that's what they're known as in the universe of the game, or in the Kingdom Hearts series. But this is Enchanted Dominion, Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty's world, and Maleficent's, funnily enough. You've got the Black Thorns, which represents Maleficent. You've got the little cottage, that is probably from the Glen. You've got the Glen itself, with all this shrubbery squashed into a corner. And you've got Castle Remains. This room is based off of Snow White's world, the Dwarf Woodlands. Thing is, the only thing that you can actually see here is the most creepiest part of both the film and the location, which is the forest, which looked like scary trees. I swear, that artwork gave me nightmares as a kid in that movie. It's crazy. It's the line work, you know. And here, well, I would say it's Cinderella's world, but it's kind of like a mishmash of everything. You've got, like, woods trying to, like, crawl out of the walls. It's smudged, it's smeared, it's, like, compressed. It's like multiple worlds just merged into one, and it just blends together with the power of darkness. And the reason being is because that if we go through this portal, we are at the heart of Ansem's little dungeon, I guess? And we just get bundled on by a behemoth. But hey, we're doing tons of damage to him, so he can go screw off. Yet another behemoth. This room is a little bit interesting. We can't skip it, and there's no chests to grab. It's just a behemoth and a door emblem on the other side of the room, which I'll go put on the screen right now. There we are. And it looks a bit different to the other Heartless emblems that we've seen, especially the one on, like, you know, the behemoth here right now. It hasn't got the same shape. It's similar, but it's not the same. That is a door seal. We can't unlock it with the keyblade. There is no keyhole. Kind of funny how that's like the one Achilles heel that the keyblade has. But, oh, well done, Donald. Expert use. I'm going to pop this off. Now, you might be thinking, we must have done it, right? We just took out another behemoth. We took out another boss. We should be able to move on, right? Nope. That was only just a segment of the seal, and it's not going to go in quarters. We need to keep on fighting. You can use summons if you want to, but I'd rather have Donald and Goofy out for support than anything else. Even though I may want to use Simba for crowd control, I'd rather use my actual skills. I mean, you can pop off Tinkerbell if things get a bit too hairy, and that is something I might actually do, because this battle can go on for a while. I know that we're coming up to time right now, or we're already at time, but the next save point is literally behind this door, and that is the final room. And this room, once you complete it, has a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different encounters that you can have every time you revisit. White mushrooms can spawn here, rare truffles can spawn here, black fungus can spawn here, and of course you get the standard invisibles, and there's also a unique enemy spawn, unique to Final Mix. And those are the dreaded Neo Shadows. Which, considering the battle engine of this game, kind of tough to take out. So we've just defeated a bunch of Dark Balls and Invisibles, now we've got a bunch of Angel Wings to deal with. They can drop Gales as pickups, so definitely worth knocking them out. They're going to be some late game stuff right there, and that's why I haven't bothered like doing level grinding or going synthesis hunting, because we haven't encountered all the enemies yet, and some synthesis items you can only get from these enemies. So yeah, they can also make vortexes, which we haven't seen so far, and we just saw it right now. That was a Kuriga on Goofy, by the way, and he was in the red. Yeah, that only did half his health. That's how much health Goofy has. It's ridiculous. Right, I'm going to go Strike Raid on this, and I'm going to pop off an Aerogut at the earliest opportunity. There we are. We're doing rather well so far. Let's whack you. There we are. Taking out these invisibles post-haste. 120 experience per pop. Not too bad. Yet another spawn. This time Dark Balls and Angel Wings. So let's whack them. I think they're called Angel Wings, or they're called Angel Bombs. I kind of forget now. What did I say in the last episode? Oh, don't you Wonder Wing me. Douche. You're not allowed to be invincible. You don't have gold feathers. I don't know what you're on about. Get wrecked. They drop quite a decent amount of money, but they also drop magic as well. And now we've got the final phase, it looks like. It looks like the final phase, considering what the emblem looks like right now. That door's almost open. We've got Angel Wings and Invisibles. Probably the most deadliest combination you want to deal with. I popped that off at the right time. And I'm going to Strike Raid you. I love Strike Raid. I will use. Yeah, I'm going to whack you. And that almost killed. Come on, yes, go Goofy with your 15 attack power. Seriously, that shield is, like, so good. That dude's done. That dude's done. We done yet? We done yet? Doesn't look like it. More Heartless have spawned, and it didn't even take a segment off the door. I think the Heartless are now cheating. We take out a phase, a chip should go, but it didn't that time, and those energy balls are scary. Can I kill? Can I kill? There we go, I killed. Yeah, those Invisibles, by the way, they're like pure blood Heartless. They don't have the symbol at all. Because most of the harder enemies that we fight, including the Behemoth, they have the Heartless symbol. But they don't. They just have a hole in their bodies. They're basically like miniature versions of Darkseids, if you think about it. Are we done now? We did it. We broke the seal. And that Heartless montage that we just had will never happen again. We just have normal spawns in here and the free mushrooms. Let's walk through this door. We got a type A save point. We can go back to the gummy ship, and this is a place that we can go back because this is the final rest. Oh, and looky what we have here. This door looks familiar. Huh? What's wrong? Don't you hear something? There. Careful. This is the last haven you'll find here. Beyond, there is no light to protect you. But don't be afraid. Your heart is the mightiest weapon of all. Remember, you were the one who will open the door to the light. Ah! don't hear anything. Strange. The voice was so familiar. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe you better take a rest. Subtle game! Telling us that that is pretty much the final boss right there. Yep, we are at the end. Going through that door, we fight the final boss. Now, in some instances when I do Let's Play such as this, where we have a lot of stuff post-game to do, like, you know, the synthesis item stuff and whatnot, normally I would beat the boss first and then go do all that stuff, especially the secret bosses. But in this case, we actually get a scoreboard for once we get past the credits and we reach the final screen after the final boss. And that also includes trophies. As such, we will not actually be doing the final boss right now. So if you're waiting for the final boss, I don't know when I'm going to do it. And I may be a lot stronger than what I am now. I could go do it right now and just, you know, beat it with the stats we have and make it more of a challenge so it's not too easy. But the boss is still kind of a challenge because I've still got to talk about the strategies. And it goes on for a little bit longer than I would like. But most Kingdom Hearts bosses actually kind of do that. So that may be a bit of a spoiler for you. But it's definitely epic. And yeah, we still got stuff to do. We've got the hit. So in the next episode, guys, I believe what we're going to be starting on doing is that we're going to go back to Traverse Town one more time. Prepare. Gonna start grinding up for Donald and Goofy's rare weapon drops because we haven't actually got them so far. But we might attempt to go and spawn in the Neo Shadows in this area before doing so as well. Last Mega Elixir before we go off. But with that, guys, I'm going to come up with a game plan. We've got the Hades Cup to do. We got Synthesis to do. We got missions to do. So with that, see you guys next time.